We'll never know if it's the right thing to do or not.
I want to say one thing. Maybe I think that we could have brought him in. Until we're ready to create together with the rest of the morals. Rabbi Greenberg, do you have putting them other way, you know. Maybe we want to be on the cash side if you want to have.
Could you explain?
Yeah?
Rabbi, could you explain?
Yes.
Then let me take care of it. All right. Rabbis.
Where's Rabbi Goldstein?
Do we have this in Atlanta? No, we want to fall back. We're not.
That way we can keep it nice. Walk this way.
Which one? Which Goldstein? Oh.
Let's all say the blessing together. Baruch.
Baruch.
Adonai. Eloheinu. Melech. Olam. Dayan. Amen.
Eishes Chavim Saroch, Mutimi Vishra, Bodach Bali, Bailo, Visholi Afser. Klaus of Table Later, Klim Chaya, the Shem Fish, the Taz of Fish, Oisa, can you say Hamech of the Lachwa? Talking very Laila, in Telvis, of Ignarisa, the Tot of Hay, you may be another Kariam, great Muslim Tamizrisa. Tabakiti Sachra, Lichwa, Lena Nero. There's a fish because of the left. See, let's just be the left to stay for the corner. Sure, by the way, around the thing like this, like flying off. Sheker Achein Ve'ever Ayoyi Shayra Sadeinai Hizis Avot Numa Ejriya Leha Hallelujah Shayra. Like asked Mr. Manzoni to read Eshet Chayil in English.
A gallant woman, who can find her? Far beyond pearls is her worth. Her husband's heartfelt trust is in her, and he shall lack for nothing. She bestows good upon him, and never harm, all the days of her life. She seeks out wool and linen. Her hands work willingly. She is like merchant fleet, bringing her sustenance from afar. She arises while it is yet night, and gives provision to her household and direction to her maidens. She envisions a field and acquires it, and from the fruit of her handiwork she plants a vineyard. With vigor she girds her loins and strengthens her arms. She discerns that her enterprise is good. Her lamp does not go out by night. Her hands she stretches out to the distaff, and her palms support the spindle. She supports out her palm to the poor, and extend her hands to the destitute. She fears not snow for her household, and her entire household is clothed with scarlet wool. Fine covers she makes for herself. Linen and purple and wool are her clothing. Prominent in the gates is her husband, as he sits with the elders of the land. She makes a cloak and sells it, and deals a belt to the peddler. Strength and splendor are her raiment. She cheerfully awaits the last day. Her mouth is opened with wisdom, and the teaching of kindness is on her tongue. She oversees the way of her household, and partakes not of the bread of laziness. Her children arise and praise her, her husband, and he lauds her. Many daughters have accomplished well, but you surpass them all. Grace is false, beauty is vain, but a woman in awe of God, she should be praised. Give her the fruits of her own hand, and let her deeds praise her in the gathering places.
I'd like to ask Rabbi Joseph Lieberman to please come and share a few words. Rabbi Joseph Perlman.
It's an ancient custom to say a few words prior to the burial. In this week's weekly reading, the Torah states that after the high priest finishes his work, he discharges his duties. He's instructed to remove his vestments. They may not be reused ever again. This is a lesson for all of us, and this, I believe, embodies the household of the Kayes. Last year's work, last year's garments, last year's accomplishments aren't good enough. The next year needs higher accomplishments. So much was said about the wonderful household, Howard, Lori, Hannah. I would like to take note of the tremendous growth, tremendous immersion in the Kaye household, the commitment to Torah, to mitzvahs, and most importantly, to constantly grow. Howard and Lori were champions of many causes, but they're true champions for Jewish education and for transmitting our beautiful Mesorah, our beautiful tradition to future generations. It says in Kehelis, in Ecclesiastes, when a person goes to a funeral, those that are alive shall take to heart. It's easy to have a fleeting minute of inspiration. Let us all who are inspired by this great woman, let us take it home. Let us all strive to continue to grow. Last year's work wasn't good enough. Last year's cleaning for Pesach wasn't good enough. Let's take it upon ourselves to continue to grow, and let us all serve. Let us make a commitment to carry on the torch and pass on the torch to the next generation. That is what Lori would have wanted. That is how she lived her life. That is how Herschel and Hannah will continue to live their lives. They will continue to be an inspiration for us all. Bila hamovas lo netzach u'mocha Hashem lakim dima me'al kol panim v'noimer amen.
Amen. I'd like to ask my father, Rabbi Yisroel Goldstein, please share a few words.
Lori. We're not saying goodbye. Look who's here. Look. These are all your friends. This is your family. Your husband, your daughter, your father, your sisters, your nephews, your nieces. We're all here from far and near. You and I stood together in our shul. You and I looked at each other with final smiles. You finished your mission in this world. You winked at me, say, Rabbi, you still got a mission to accomplish. You're going to have to pick up the pieces. You're going to have to inspire all of us here. Lori, so much has been spoken about you. So much. A lot of laughter. The amount of kindness that you have offered us. I woke up this morning thinking, I cannot imagine a world without Lori. No one could imagine the world without Lori. You are so interweaved with all of our families. You are so part of us. You are my official yenta. You're the one I call when I need to know what's going on. You're my source of information. And you're always right on it. And if there's ever a time that you have one-up me, that you know something that I don't know, we know, wow. Lori, you're following the footsteps of great martyrs of all history. You've left this world in an incredible way. Our congregation of 33 years have seen many members come and go, some young, some older, but you knew every single one of them. Our members in heaven are going to be there to greet you. Your dear sister in life, Martha, will be there to greet you. Barry, who you helped till his last day. Your husband, Howard, did CPR with Barry to try to save his life at a young 49 years old. Our young Jenny, that was so dear to all of us, you brought such comfort to the family to recover from that. And our incredible Bernice Levine, who you were so close with. They were all in heaven waiting to greet you. I remember once when someone passed away, the Rebbe said to make sure to tell them when you get to heaven that you're a member of Chabad. We have a special place for you. Lori, we're all going to miss you. We don't understand this. We can't make any sense out of what just happened to you and I in that room, in the lobby. Your life was sacrificed. My life was spared. And I promise you, Lori, it wasn't in vain. But we're going to grow from this. We're going to build from this. You'd be very happy to know the amount of money was raised from all over the world to help us through this. Because you'd be the first one to write that check. The world all over, in solidarity with Chabad of Poway, in your honor and in your memory, much greatness and goodness and kindness is going to follow. The Israeli National Radio called me that they launched a campaign for this Friday to get every single Jewish woman and daughter to light Shabbos candles in your memory. And there's a tefillin app that's like an Uber app. It's called WRAP, W-R-A-P-P. Where when you're ready to put on tefillin and you don't have it, you press a button and a volunteer shows up at your house to put on tefillin. Today, I was just notified the percentage of amount of gentlemen who utilize that app to do acts of kindness in your memory. So ladies and gentlemen, where do we go from here? Our hearts go out to you. Our hearts go out to all of us. Hannah, I was there when you were born. Your mama and I would talk about celebrating life cycles together. We want to give you strength. We're going to be there with you and your dad. We're going to be together for many long years. We're going to celebrate your mom's life in the most incredible way. Your mom's not going away. Her body has expired, but her neshama is going to be with you forever. Her signature is all over your house. It's all over everybody's house. All of our gifts that she has given us. She'll always be there. And you're going to follow in her footsteps. You're going to keep her legacy going. You are the link in the chain. And I promise you, it's going to be a very short time because Mashiach is on his way and we're going to be reunited. And for the rest of the community, as we return Lori so prematurely to her Creator, think of the experiences that we have gone through. Become stronger from it. Become mightier from it. Think of Lori with a big smile. And think of your Judaism and how we all need to grow and will grow from it. May her soul rest in peace. And on behalf of Lori, we are so grateful for the outpouring of love and support. Lori and I had a very special connection, and that connection will continue. She wasn't just a member, she was a friend to Devori and I. She was like sisters to us as she was to all of you. The loss is for all of us, but the gain is also going to be a gain because we're all going to grow in her memory. May your soul be bound up in the bond of life. Let's grow from this. Let's heal from this. Let's get stronger and better together as a community, as a congregation, and as a family. And let's move forward. As the Rebbe once wrote someone about the Holocaust, the difference between victims and survivors. Our victims live in the past. Survivors live in the future. We are going to look for a future because we survived another blow, a horrible blow, but we're going to survive and build and grow until we'll tilt the scale in our favor and to see the coming Mashiach speedily in our days. Amen.
Amen.
I'd like to ask Rabbi Fratkin to share some words.
I would just like again to reiterate, as Rabbi Goldstein says so eloquently, and I want to thank Lori on behalf of all of us also, because I think we really see a new Rabbi Goldstein over here too, and I think that's because of Lori. Lori has created a strength within the community, within the rabbi. It's a new rabbi. I haven't seen Rabbi Goldstein of this type of strength for a long time, and I know he's going to carry all of you together to make sure that, as we've said, Mashiach has to come. You know, I would just like to add one little thing. When Chabad first started in America, when the Rebbe first came, there was a room of maybe a quarter of as many people as we have here right now. And the Rebbe took that small group of hurt people from the Holocaust and grew it into a center that is in every corner of the world where you find it. Just imagine if all of us put in our energies to say we are going to make this world a better place in Lori's memory. We can create the greatest power that there has ever been in this world. So may we all please try to do that every mitzvah we do in her memory, and may we see the coming of Mashiach very speedily in our days.
Amen.
I'd like to ask Rabbi Greenberg to please say chapter 23. A dear friend and doctor takes care of.
Mizmele David, Adinoi roi lo yechso, binoish de she'er bitzeni, al mi menuchos in aleini, nafshi yeshev v'yanchene b'machlei tzedek leman shemoi, gam ki elech begitz al moves, lo yiro ki atoi modi, שבטך משענתך המה ינחמוני. תארך לפני שולחן נגד צורוי, נשענת בשמן רישי כסר ויו. אך די וחסד דפוני כל ימי חיי, ישבתי בבית אדינוי לירך ימים.
Our sages teach us that this moment, as we bring glory to our final resting place, is a moment to ask for repentance, forgiveness. The gates to heaven are open, and this is the moment that we ask her to please knock on the gates of heaven. Enough is enough of this galot, of this exile. It be the end of it, and only from now on we should see goodness with the coming of Mashiach. Amen.
Amen.
As we lower the casket, we'll say together chapter 23 in English. A song of David, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not lack. God causes me to lie down in lush pastures. God leads me beside tranquil waters. God restores my soul and guides me in the righteous paths for God's name's sake. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For you are with me. Your scepter and staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in full view of my adversaries. You have anointed my head with oil. My cup overflows. May only goodness and kindness pursue me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord for length of days. El Moli Rachamim Shoychei Bamrimim Am Seimenocha Nechei Nal Kamfi Shchina Valis Kadesh Materim Kizah Yarakia Aziris Nishmas Leia Basru Vin Shahoch Lilam Bavur Shanachnu Spalim Alas Koretz Nishmasa Ganeden Tiemenachos Alachim Bal Rachim Yestirus Tisknav Lilamim Yitzra Vitzracha Yim Nishmasa Adinai Unachalosa Zanduach Mishal Mishkal Vainai Mara Amen. We all have the opportunity to take part in this mitzvah by taking some earth and returning it to the ground. We offer Alof Tashav.
In a regular place, I would say that the amount of people right now are just live over very close to it. Don't push.
King, this is the emperor.
I know they work with very Jewish people.
Gesher Tzarmeo, Gesher Tzarmeo. Hey, hey, hey.
V'haikar, lo lefachet, klav. V'haikar, lo lefachet klav. V'haikar, lo lefachet klav. V'haikar, lo lefachet klav. Mashiach Amen. B'neyas HaMashiach, b'neyas HaMashiach Amen. Amen. Be'emunah shelema, b'neyas HaMashiach, b'neyas HaMashiach ani ma'amin. B'neyas HaMashiach, b'neyas HaMashiach ani ma'amin. Avinu Malkeinu, Chanenu, Chanenu, Kulenu Masri, Aseh Imanu, Tzedaka v'chesed, Aseh Imanu, Tzedaka v'chesed, ve'oshienu, Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Yeivanu Masi, Aseh Imanu, Tzedaka v'chesed, Aseh Imanu, Tzedaka chesed ve'oshienu Tanu mikol ha'amim Ha'afta oisanu v'ratzisabanu Ve'roimam tanu mikol hashonos V'kidashtanu v'mitzvosecha V'keirabtanu malkeinu la'avodosecha V'shimcha Adonai Yekador Aleinu Hey, Atanu Mikol ha'amim Ahavto isanu v'ratzisabanu Ahavto isanu v'ratzisabanu V'roimam tanu mikol hashonos V'kidashtanu v'mitzvosecha V'roimam tanu mikol hashonos V'kidashtanu v'mitzvosecha
We're now going to be reciting.
Peter, is the mic working? Kaddish is now going to be recited by the family members. I'd like to gather the family members together. Anna, Randy, Ellen.
Ellen?
Over here. We'll stand together next to you. Do we have a password?
Yikadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah.
Amen.
V'yalma di v'rakilite v'anif malkute v'shmachon makokon u'makaye d'kol Beit Yisrael v'gal v'zman karib v'imaru
Amen. Yehi shmei Rabba Mevarach v'olam omei omaya.
Mevarach v'olam omei omaya. Yitbarach, Yishbarach, Yishbarar, Yishramam, Yisnaseh, V'yisadar, V'yisaleh, V'yisalal, Shemei Kudashah, Baruch.
Amen.
Le'ela being called Berchata, V'shirata, Tushbahata, Ne'amata, Damin the Alma, V'imru, Amen. Yehei, Shlama, Rabba, Min Shemayim, B'chayim, Aleinu, V'yal Kol Yisrael, V'imru, Amen. All say Shalom, V'imru, Hu Yaseh Shalom, Aleinu v'Yal Kol Yisrael, v'Imro Amen.
Amen.
The first Kaddish has just been recited. Shiva services will be tonight at Chabad of Poway at 7 o'clock. Following tomorrow morning, we'll be at the house of Howard and Lori, 7 o'clock in the morning and 7 in the evening. There will also be Shiva services in Los Angeles at the Grossman's home. That will be beginning Thursday and Friday and Motzei Shabbos. You'll find the information on the pamphlets that were distributed. Kaddish.
Wednesday night it will be at the Edwards house.
Wednesday night, Shiva will be at the Edwards house, and we'll have all the information sent out in the email. It is at this moment that we begin the comfort and consolation for the whole extended family. As we leave this cemetery, we cannot leave in despair, but we leave with hope. We're not leaving Lori behind. She's going to come with us. As we leave this cemetery, we need to leave with positive thoughts. For people that are believers, there are no questions. For those that are not believers, there are no answers. Not everything in life are we meant to understand. We don't understand why Lori's life was cut so short. We don't understand what happens. But what we do know is that we learn for what happens, and we build and we grow from it. And we begin the healing. Our congregation will begin the healing now. Each one of us will begin our own healing. And we're going to move forward. And we're going to pray to God Almighty. This should be the last loss in our congregation. The last loss in all Klal Yisrael. Amen. That God Almighty should bless the Am Yisrael. Should bless our holy land, Eretz Yisrael. Lori loved Israel so much. She will pray on behalf of our soldiers, brothers and sisters whose lives are on the line every single day. That we should have Shleimus Haaretz. That HaKadosh Baruch Hu should accept Lori's sacrifice as the ultimate sacrifice, because she's considered a kadosh. She went up to heaven as a martyr, that truly she will have a voice in heaven as she had a voice down here on earth, that she will shatter the worlds in heaven to bring us Mashiach Tzidkenu b'mheira b'yameinu, speedily in our days. Amen.
Amen.
We're going to create a path so that the mourners can walk to their cars in between the path. So let's split up and create a path so we can escort the mourners down. 7 o'clock tonight will be Mincha Amayrav at Chabad of Poway.
Peter, please let's help form the path. Seconds. As the mourners walk to the path, we'll share words of comfort. We'll first say it in English, Hebrew, and then in English.
You're going to bring the wheelchair through.
Hamakom, Yinachem, Sov, Sha'ar, Avei Tzion, May the omnipresent console you among the other minors of Zion and Jerusalem. Amen. Service is now concluded. We'll be in tonight at 7 p.m.